everyone. So I have been in the mood to paint. I filmed a video earlier today and I figured I'd continue filming, and I really wanted to get in this new style that I've been into. New style, I say that with quotes because I'm inspired by folk art, and I've been craving painting on things, like objects, like not just paper or canvases, but like things. So these plates I purchased at TJ Maxx, and I think they came with a stack of 4 or 5, and I really wanted to, sorry, I just noticed my brush was sitting in the water, and I don't like to leave my expensive brushes in the water. So I actually primed this panel with Daniel Smith's watercolor. Let's see if I can find it quick. I don't know where it is, but it's a watercolor primer that lets you paint on anything. So I initially intended to use watercolor on here, but I ended up using my acrylic gouaches and some of my Posca pens to add the final touches, and then I sealed it with my Mod Podge dishwasher safe primer, or would it be a sealer? That's what it is. So I'm gonna see how that works out. Usually Mod Podge leaves a sticky residue, and I'm noticing it's still there. So maybe it's not dried all the way. So yeah, I'm using this as a reference source, and I'm also using my book that I mentioned in an art haul. And this one is called Imagine a Forest, and I'm referencing this page currently. I'm also referencing, oh, I like this page. I might reference that one later. I referenced another page for color. Oh, here it is. So I referenced this page. I'm not necessarily painting birds, but I really enjoy the blues and the greens here, and the yellows and the reds, and how they work together. So I really like that. And then I created sort of a mini color palette reference card. So I just tested out to see if they all work together, those colors, and then I left them as separate to see how they work alone. And then I even set up my color paints to be sort of analogous. I do enjoy the So Flat Golden matte acrylics, and I primed my little sort of wooden thing. I guess this would be sort of like a riser they mention in the back. Not exactly sure for what, but I saw this at Target and it was only $5, and I thought this would be perfect because of the beads. It reminds me of the folk style. So I really wanted it, and I just got it today. Oh yeah, so that's what I was mentioning. I primed this with So Flat. Nope, not So Flat. I primed it first with matte medium, and then I did a top coat with the, what color is this? Cadmium cadmium orange. So this is where I'm at so far, and I like it. All right, so let's jump back into it and continue watching Apple Cheeks. She's currently organizing her space, and I'm thinking I definitely need to organize my space also. So yeah. All right, let's get back into this and see where it takes us. Hey everyone, so I really enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun painting. I also had a lot of fun editing this video. I found it really funny how the first clip where I'm introducing the video, I had smudged makeup on my eyeball and I didn't realize it until after the clip was done, and I just left it as is. It is what it is. But it was a long day. I filmed earlier that day and I think I forgot that I had makeup on and rubbed my eye. But you know, life happens. So jumping into the painting, I'll mention this later on in the video. I use the Mod Podge dishwasher safe sealant on this piece, and I was so sad to see it smudge and spread the blue throughout some of the areas, but I managed to correct it in some ways. You can even see the blue come off on the paper towel. It's a little frustrating, but I was able to save it before it dried. So I definitely wouldn't recommend using the Mod Podge sealant with the Uniposca pens. Unfortunately, they smudge. I wonder if I had let the Uniposca pens dry a little bit more, would that have been avoided? But maybe I can test it out another time. So diving into my second piece of this video, I worked on a wooden riser and I purchased it at Target for $5 in the bargain sale section. So here in this area, what I'm doing is testing out color combination. So I use that bird page to get color inspiration. So I separated the first group of colors by analogous colors, and then I combined all the colors to see how well they worked together. Definitely enjoy this color combination and how things worked out. So when painting on non-typical painting surfaces, so anything that's like wooden, or for some reason something that's like slippery or has like a different texture, I recommend using the matte medium to create a painting surface. One thing that I noticed while editing this video was that I should have done the drawing first and then sealed the drawing. But thankfully the matte medium paint wasn't, the So Flat paint wasn't gonna smudge the graphite of the pencil. So it worked out. But typically what I would do is draw the image underneath the matte medium just to give an extra layer of protection to that pencil graphite. So I've really been enjoying these So Flats. I've actually always enjoyed the So Flats from the moment I got them. They, however, are very odorous. So while painting this, I had the window open and I made sure things were ventilated properly. I wish they could do something about that. I know a lot of people complain about this, so maybe Golden will do something to change the formula. But sadly, I have to limit my use with these. So you'll see that I paint throughout a progression of days just to give myself some breaks between certain paints. So sadly, at the end of me editing this entire video, I realized I did not do socks of the day. And I'm looking at this footage right now, and I do mention these socks in either a future video or a previous video. I don't know. I've been editing for a couple days and things are kind of smudging together. So I'm sad to say that there are no socks of the day in this video. All right, so we're back and I'm recording. I'm kind of trying to get some behind the scenes footage of how things happen in my world over here. It's been maybe 2 to 3 days since I last recorded the process of my little thing here, my riser as they called it. So I'm jumping back in, and it's only been 3 days and my room gets really dusty, so I'm gonna just get a little bit done. I'm actually going to be working on finalizing a video that's coming out soon, tomorrow actually. But I felt the need to get some art in, and I'm working on this folk art style here. I like it so far. Can't see it, but so I'm going to continue this and see where I land. Just gonna work on it for maybe 30 minutes. Probably will get as far as, finishing up some of the petals and, just get something in before I do any sort of admin stuff. And yeah, so let's jump into it. I wanted to jump on here and quickly mention one thing before I get started on painting. Was this this painting has been drying for 3 days now, I think is when I last filmed. And let's just mention that the way that it dried is really nice. I don't think it's showing too well on film. Let me try to change the lighting just a little. So what I used was this Mod Podge dishwasher safe gloss. I wonder if they come in the matte format. That would be good to know. But I really enjoyed the look of this. It's like satin almost. I'm not sure if it's a combination of the So Flat. Oh, that's a good angle. Of the So Flat, it gives a satin look. That's a true look of what it feels and looks like. You can see the texture showing through. One thing that I did have an issue with is the Posca pen that I used, and you'll probably see it in a clip, but it's smudged. So let's see if I can show you a little. All right, so in this area I use Posca pen, and you can see that the yellow smudged a little bit, and the blue highlighted area, so the leaf that are blue, the sort of cobalt blue smudged near the pink, and I don't think the lighter green smudged as much. Mostly had an issue with the blue, but other than that, I think the Mod Podge sealant is a good option for sealing paints. I'm not sure if they're meant to seal the Uniposca pens. I did let the Uniposca pens dry, and they usually dry pretty fast, so I'm not sure what the issue is between those two and how they reactivate. Just an interesting thing that I noticed with the blue one primarily, and a little bit with the yellow, but all the yellow dots were Posca pens, the lighter green dots were Posca pen, some of this green tone over here was Posca, even some of the pink actually was Posca, so I'm not exactly sure what the reactivation issue was with those two combining. But yeah, let's get back into this guy over here. Super excited, and we're referencing this page, and I'm also watching Sandy Hester on my iPad as we speak.
Pretty much looks the same, but it's even nicer. I don't know, it's kind of a cool and a warm.
So I had 4 cups of coffee this morning. I'm not embarrassed to say that. I drink out of this huge cup. Oh shoot, I see it as let me grab it to show you guys how much coffee I drink. So this is my second time filming this, so we'll see how authentic the story goes. I filmed the first time and everything was completely blurry, and I didn't realize it until after I was finished. So I jumped on here to quickly tell you that I stopped painting because I had 4 cups of coffee this morning, and then I thought it was a bright idea to have another 4 cups of coffee minus 2 because I only drank 2 of these. Well, 1.5. So in the morning I usually drink an entire cup. This fits 4 cups. And today I was just having a rougher, more tired day. I don't know. And the second cup was instant coffee. My first cup was we're going on a coffee review over here, and I'm closing my lids to my SoFlat because I've been talking for about 20 minutes, and these are acrylics and they will dry up. So what I was saying is that I thought it would be a good idea to have a second cup of coffee around 12 or 1 o'clock, I think it was. And I had the jitters and I kept messing up my painting. So, long story short, I also mentioned, not that you guys would be able to hear it because the footage is ruined by the blur. Anyways, this cup was made at Yay Clay, and I was there with my friend, and we made she made a pot and I made a and I made this. Sorry, I got distracted by a message. And so this cup was made after 15 years of not being in ceramics, and I was talking about how my first love to art was ceramics. My first medium and introduction into art was ceramics. I started clay when I was in 3rd grade, and I got selected to be the hand model for the building that was going to be sort of a mini model of the school. And that footage is in VHS, and I have no idea if my mom still has that footage, but it would be cool to find. So pretty much they recorded me in like fast forward motion, building the model. Well, it was mostly my hands. And I just fell in love. Like, I knew that I loved art. I knew that that's what I wanted to do. It made me happy, and I was only in 3rd grade. So I didn't have art in 4th grade. I also failed the 3rd grade. Fun fact, I failed the 3rd grade because of my dyslexia that was undiagnosed at the time, in my opinion, like looking back at things as an adult. But I failed reading and spelling. I'm going off on a tangent. But anyways, in 4th grade, I didn't have art. And then in 5th grade, I had an art teacher that made fun of my painting. And she called my portrait, or portrait of a person, she called it a tomato head. And it broke my heart. I cried a little bit. But that didn't stop me. I forced myself to be better. And by the end of the year, I ended up winning the Art Achievement Award. 6th grade, I had an art teacher that ended up quitting because we made her cry and she left. We were mean. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with kids. I'm a teacher now, and I think about these things, and I'm like, I feel bad for, well, I personally didn't do anything to the teacher. I actually consoled her after she was crying, but just as a group, because that's how I see it. Anyways, moving on, I got back into art later in my years. So high school was like full force art career mode. Well, not so much career mode, but more so like, this is the thing I like, this is the thing I want to do. And I did my own stuff, but I didn't get back into it until senior year, where we had the option to select our electives, and I chose art. So junior year we worked on like, you know, just the basic skills, shading, pencil work. We did a lot of pencil work. And then by senior year, we were diving into painting and forms and other more advanced things. And then I went into art school. So that's just a quick, brief history of my art life. And it all started with ceramics. And 15 years later, I finally made a cup that I use every day. And the story started because of my coffee addiction. So we'll get back into this painting tomorrow, and I'm gonna finish editing my video, and I'll see you guys soon, probably tomorrow. I'm hoping to wrap this up soon, and I'm like thinking of all the things I have to do, but yeah, I'm gonna finish that YouTube video, and it should be out tomorrow, and hopefully this one will follow. I have about 5 or so videos that need to be edited, and they're just sitting in the folder looking at me every day. But yeah, I am gonna jump off here. I'm gonna stop talking now, and I'll see you soon. All right, hopefully this footage is not damaged. All right, y'all, we're in the home stretch. I have completed the image on the top, and I have started to paint the beads on the side. Just have 2 sides to go, and then I'm going to clean up the edges, and then we're pretty much done. So yeah, let's finish this up. I realize that there's a huge gap between the day before and the detail that is in this current footage. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to the footage of me adding the detail with the Uniposcas, but it works out because this video is already long enough. I just wanted to say that I really am looking forward to continuing painting like this in this style. I already have so many other pieces of wood planned to be painted in this style, and I really hope you enjoy this just as much as I do. So thanks so much for watching, and enjoy this outro. Alright guys, alright, we finished. She looks good. Look at how pretty. I just love folk art and the vibrant colors. I actually changed things up with some of the color inspirations that I had originally, but I really love this color combination and the pink and the orange. I love that I left the little legs toned. All that's left is to seal her, and hopefully she makes it into a nice home. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. We came a long way. The second try, I tried painting with too much coffee in my system, but this time around I was in the mood and I was motivated to get her done. So definitely like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.